surpluses than that.
Well, I would rather have tax cuts than surpluses. I think balanced budget is fine. If you're going to have a surplus, let's have a tax cut, keep it with the people.
I just want to say, I'm just so happy that we have Barack Obama in office because I've gotten my marriage equality. Drugs are now looking like they're being legalized. And I also feel like somebody like Elizabeth Warren is going to protect me from the big banks. So what do I need you guys for? You know, I'm getting everything I want.
I think the marriage equality is a legitimate benefit of Barack Obama's change of heart in 2012. The drug prosecutions, I think that is not, factor against that. But beyond that, what was the third thing that you?
I'm so happy Elizabeth Warren's there. She's going to protect me from the banks.
Yeah. I know that. No, but so I think something like the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau, whatever it stands for, those are exactly the kinds of issues that that's the exact kind of issue that is well-intentioned policy that has unintended consequences. And look at the ATM fees, the overdraft fees, they've all skyrocketed. The fact that it's very hard to get free checking now. All of these things come back to, and that's an issue where it comes back on the poor. The number of unbanked households in the country has increased because of that law. And this is an issue where, it's pushing a rock uphill maybe, but we have to put the facts before people that this is actually something that's harming the poor. And it's the same thing with, that was the Dodd-Frank bill, but the Sarbanes-Oxley before it, in many cases increased the compliance costs of, it was a well-intentioned program to fight fraud, but it didn't prevent us from further frauds, and it increased the compliance costs. It actually forced more companies to forego public offerings, so that they're having a harder time raising capital. And this is the kind of thing that is good for the economy when businesses go private, are able to raise capital, create jobs, and things like that. So it's a hard argument to make if people aren't willing to listen, but the fact is, the facts are on our side. That these well-intentioned laws have really bad consequences. And when we have really bad consequences, they come back on the poor, which are the people that are most, and the thing is, that when you talk about having economic freedom for the poor, you very quickly, when you're talking to liberals and progressive Democrats, you very quickly realize that they have utter contempt for the poor. Because the last thing they want to do is actually convert any of the programs that we have to actually cash subsidies. Because you'll always get the response of, oh, what are they going to do with the money? They're going to do everything that's bad for them, none of what we want them to do with the money. And that's wrong on the facts. The empirical evidence suggests that they actually do very beneficial things with the money, but it's just staggering, the contempt that liberals have for the poor. And I think that a lot of people think that libertarians don't have compassion. I think we are the most compassionate party because we respect people enough to respect their individual decisions.
One quick add to that, we actually have faith in people, right? We trust people to make the right decisions, and we trust that people, when it comes to their own lives, can make better decisions than we can, right? Or that somebody else can, that's 500 miles away or a few thousand miles away, that doesn't even know their name, right? We actually have faith in humanity. Our counterparts don't. Our counterparts think that they can make better decisions for these people than the people themselves can. And 2 quick points on drugs. We're very, very far away from ending the drug war, and I don't think you're going to get anywhere reasonably close to that with a Democrat or a Republican in office. And Elizabeth Warren, as crazy as it sounds, I actually think she has good intention, as Rob pointed out, but she's way off when it comes to policy because, again, it's not about intentions, it's about the consequences, right? And there are always unintended consequences that follow the immediate effects. So.
Let me just
You know, one of the things you do hear that a lot, how libertarians, the Libertarian Party doesn't care about people in individual groups. You know, they don't care about the poor, they don't care about this group or that group. One thing when I talk to people, you have to remember that the greatest minority in the world is the individual. So if you empower the individuals to make choices within those groups, the group, whatever the parameters are, in fact, if we said right now, what's poor? Is it the poverty level? Is it adjusted nationally? I mean, who's poor? Who fits into this group? Who fits into that group? If you concentrate on the rights that individuals have and the choices that they have, the groups will take care of themselves. So I've found that in many cases they'll throw a group out and say, you don't care about this group, you don't care about that group or this group. And I can honestly say that the policies that I believe that we all favor choice, individual liberty, and personal responsibility within each of those groups, for all of those individuals, and the groups tend to take care of themselves. Okay? And I think that's a very strong argument that you can make, because a lot of times two people will be having an argument